In this video, we are going to talk about the properties of Hermitian operators. Properties of Hermitian operators. Hermitian operators. In the previous video, we already learned what is called a Hermitian operator, and we learned that all quantum mechanical operators are Hermitian operators. I will repeat the definition of the Hermitian operator in this video also. So an operator A cap is Hermitian, Hermitian if integral A cap psi star psi d tau is equal to integral psi star A cap psi d tau. Okay. So if it satisfies this condition, then we can say that the A cap is a Hermitian operator. And now you suppose that there are two eigenfunctions for the A cap, for the operator A cap. And in that case, we can say that integral psi 1 A cap psi 1 star, integral A cap psi 1 star psi 2 d tau is equal to integral psi 1 star A cap psi 2 d tau. So if this satisfies this condition, then also we can say that A cap is a Hermitian operator. So here psi 1 and psi 2 are the eigenfunctions of A cap. So if an operator A cap is Hermitian, either it has to obey one of these conditions. It has to obey one of these conditions. Okay, and now we are going to talk about the properties of Hermitian operator. We are going to prove two properties of the Hermitian operator. The first one that we are going to talk about is eigenvalues of a Hermitian operator are real. That is what we are going to prove first. Eigenvalues of a Hermitian operator are real. Okay, so we are going to prove it, and we already know that integral a cap so a cap psi star psi d tau is equal to integral psi star a cap psi d tau. Okay, this is a condition for an operator A cap to be Hermitian. Okay, and we are going to prove that eigenvalues of this Hermitian operator A cap is real. So if here psi is an eigenfunction of A cap, so we can say like A cap psi is equal to A psi. Okay, so here the A is an eigenvalue. Okay, A is eigenvalue, and from this one we can also write A cap psi the whole star is equal to A star psi star. Okay, so let me put this as equation number 1, this as equation number 2, and this as equation number 3. Okay, and we have to prove that A is equal to A star. If A is equal to A star, then we can say that A is real. Okay, so it is very easy to prove this. What we have to do is we already have the definition of the Hermitian operator. This equation defines the Hermitian operator, and in that equation we are going to substitute the value of A cap psi and A cap psi the whole star from equation 2 and equation 3. So substituting equation 2 and 3, applying equation 2 and 3 in equation number 1. So let us rewrite the equation number 1 by substituting the values of A cap psi and A cap psi star. So integral A cap psi, instead of A cap psi I can write A psi, right? A psi whole star psi d tau is equal to integral psi star. Now a cap psi d tau. What is a cap psi? Si, right? Si d tau. So that is equal to, okay. Anyway, we can write a cap psi star is equal to a star psi star. We can directly write it here, a star psi star. Okay. So because we already have the equation number 3. Anyway, I will write it once again. Integral a star psi d tau is equal to integral psi star a psi d tau. Okay. And here I can take a star out because that is a constant. A star integral psi star psi d tau is equal to, here I can take a out of the integral sign, so a integral psi star psi d tau. Okay, so psi star psi d tau is a common factor in both left hand side and the right hand side. So I can cancel psi star psi integral psi star psi d tau and integral psi star psi d tau from both sides. Then it means that a star is equal to a. If a star is equal to a, then it means that a is real. Okay, therefore a is here. So we have proven that the eigenvalues of a Hermitian operator is are real. Okay. Now we are going to prove another property. The second property is that if there are two eigenfunctions for a Hermitian operator, and if they are corresponding to two eigenvalues, then we have to prove that these two eigenfunctions are orthogonal. Let me write it here. Eigenfunctions of a eigenfunctions of a Hermitian operator corresponding to different eigenvalues to different eigenvalues are orthogonal. This is what we have to do. I will explain what does it mean. Okay, and we have a Hermitian operator a cap. A cap is our Hermitian operator, and we have two eigenfunctions. For example, let our eigenfunctions be psi1 and psi2. Okay, these are eigenfunctions, means a cap psi1 is equal to a1 psi1. Then we can say that psi1 is an eigenfunction, and psi2 is also an eigenfunction of the same operator. Therefore, we can write a cap psi2 is equal to a2 psi2. Okay, so here a1 and a2 are the eigenvalues, and our theorem says that these are different eigenvalues, means a1 is not equal to a2. That is what our theorem says. And if this is the condition, if a1 is not equal to a2, then our theorem says these eigenfunctions psi1 and psi2 will be orthogonal. It means that integral psi1 psi2 d tau is equal to 0. We can say that psi1 and psi2 are orthogonal if integral psi1 psi2 d tau is equal to 0. If they are complex functions, we can write integral psi1 star psi2 d tau is equal to 0. So if these conditions are satisfied, we can say that they are orthogonal. Okay, so two functions psi1 and psi2 are orthogonal if they are satisfying these conditions. So that is what we have to prove. So at the end, we have to get an equation like this: integral psi1 star psi2 d tau is equal to 0. Then we can say that they are orthogonal. So let us begin. Okay, in this theorem, we have two equations again. Let this one be equation number 1, and let this be equation number 2. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are taking the condition for Hermitian operator. What is the condition for Hermitian operator? We have already defined here. That is integral a cap psi1 star psi2 d tau is equal to integral psi1 star a cap psi2 d tau. Okay, So I am going to substitute in this equation the values of a cap psi 1 and a cap psi 2. Okay, so let me write it here. The condition for a Hermitian operator: integral a cap psi 1 star psi 2 d tau is equal to integral psi 1 star a cap psi 2 d tau. Okay, so let me call this as equation number 3. Now we are going to substitute the values of a cap psi 1 and a cap psi 2. Okay, in equation number 3, which can be obtained from 1 and 2. So 1, 2 and 3. From 1, 2 and 3. From these three equations we can write integral a cap psi 1. A cap psi 1 is equal to a1 psi 1, a1 psi 1 star psi 2 d tau is equal to integral psi 1 star a cap psi 2. A cap psi 2 is equal to a2 psi 2, a2 psi 2 d tau. Okay, so this is another equation, and from this one we can write integral a1 star psi 1 star psi 2 d tau is equal to integral psi 1 star a2 psi 2 d tau, right? So from this one we can take a1 star out. So a1 star integral psi 1 star psi 2 d tau is equal to, and a2 can be taken out of the integral sign because it is a constant, a2 integral psi 1 star psi 2 d tau. Okay, so here we have psi 1 star psi 2 d tau as a common factor in both the right hand side and left hand side, and maybe you have a tendency to just delete both. Okay, from here then we will end up with a1 star is equal to a2, and that is not what we are going to prove because we have to prove something else. So here instead of a1 star we can write a1 because we already proved that the eigenvalues of a Hermitian operator are real. It means that a1 star will be equal to a1. So we can write a1 integral psi 1 star psi 2 d tau is equal to a2 integral psi 1 star psi 2 d tau. Okay, from this one we can write a1 minus a2 into integral psi 1 star psi 2 d tau. What I did is that I brought all the terms in the right hand side to the left hand side. Okay, so it will be a1 minus a2 integral psi 1 star psi 2 d tau because this is a common factor in both terms, and that is equal to 0. Nothing is left in the right hand side. So this equation is valid. Let me give an equation number to this one. Let me give it as equation number 4. If 4 is valid, 4 is true in two conditions. Okay, what are the conditions for this? That 4 is true. Either a1 minus a2 is equal to 0. Okay, if a1 minus a2 is equal to 0, then 4 is true. And another condition is that integral psi 1 star psi 2 d tau is equal to 0. Okay, and here which is our right condition? A1 minus a2 is equal to 0 is a wrong assumption because we have already said that a1 is not equal to a2. a1 and a2 are different. Since a1 and a2 are different, a1 minus a2 will not be equal to 0. So this is not correct. So a1 minus a2 will be a non-zero value because a1 and a2 are different. So this condition is not correct. Then the correct condition is psi 1. The correct condition is integral psi 1 star psi 2 d tau is equal to 0. This is the right condition. Okay, what does it mean? Integral psi 1 star psi 2 d tau is equal to 0. We have already said this. integral psi1 star psi2 d tau is equal to 0. That is the condition for orthogonality of psi1 and psi2. Okay, so from this one we can say that psi1 and psi2 are orthogonal. 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 Okay, so we have proved that psi1 and psi2 are orthogonal to each other if a1 and a2 are different. So we have proven that eigenfunctions of a Hermitian operator corresponding to different eigenvalues are orthogonal to each other. Okay, and just for the sake of interest, let us examine what is the condition if a1 is equal to e2, a1 is equal to a2. So let me write it in another color. If a1 is equal to a2 means the eigenvalues are same. Okay, if this is the case, a1 minus a2 is equal to 0. Okay, then this condition will be valid, and a1 minus a2 is equal to 0, and then equation 4 is true, and equation 4 is true with the two conditions. If this is already 0, and then in two cases equation 4 will be valid. One is that is integral psi1 psi2 d to assume any value. Okay, if integral psi1 psi2 assume any non-zero value, then equation number 4 will be true if a1 minus a2 is 0. And another possibility is that this integral is also 0, because 0 into 0 is also equal to 0. So if a1 is equal to a2, then there are two possibilities: integral psi1 star psi2 d tau is equal to 0, or integral psi1 star psi2 d tau is not equal to 0. So in that case, integral psi1 star psi2 d tau is equal to 0, or integral psi1 star psi2 d tau is not equal to 0. If this is 0, then they are orthogonal. Orthogonal. Okay. If it is not equal to 0, they are not orthogonal. Orthogonal. So in this case, if the eigenvalues are same, then the eigenfunctions can be either orthogonal or not orthogonal. Okay, so that is the case. So I just said this for just for the sake of interest. Okay, and I hope you understood both these. We have proved two theorems. One is eigenvalues of a Hermitian operator are real. That is a property of the Hermitian operator. And also we have proven that eigenfunctions of a Hermitian operator corresponding to different eigenvalues are orthogonal. Okay, and I hope you understood this very well. This is very simple. Even if it appears simple, if we are not writing and practicing it, it may be difficult for you to write it in the examination. So as always I say, don't sit back and watch this lecture. Take your notebook and write the notes. Then only you will feel that this topic is yours. You will be confident in this topic. Then only you can write the examination very nicely. Okay, so that is very important. Take your notebook and write the lecture notes. Like that only you can improve your quantum chemistry. Okay, and I hope you understood this lecture. If you have any doubt, please don't hesitate to ask me. And I I wish that you all are safe in this pandemic situation, and stay safe. Thank you for watching, and see you again.